Hey guys, how are you? Let me know if you can hear me okay, and always tell me if I'm shouting because I never know for sure. I only use my computer microphone, and I can never quite tell what's going on. I need to mute that. Now, for some reason, oh, here we go. Default view, there we go. Right. Oh gosh, I've put together a little hey batshit crazy. Hi Rondi, welcome. I'm so sorry. I've been so absent. I have been, well, I'll just tell you in a nutshell. I was looking forward to 2024 because 2023 was a challenge, and from New Year's Day, it's been, well, it sucked, frankly. I'm smiling, but I put in my community tab that my brother's really poorly in hospital. I'm having to drive my ex around to his jobs. I won't go into that. And it's just been kind of crazy to the point I haven't really been able to work because my day is so manic with school runs and swimming and football and driving around the county and now fitting in hospital visits. So yeah, I'm so glad that you're here, and thank you for being here, and I'm glad I made it. So tonight's live, I've been kind of, oh, thank you, batshit crazy. I know it is. I've just, and then we had that storm. We had a massive storm to the point, I'm not particularly religious, but I was praying hard. I thought my roof was going to blow off. My internet was going in and out and dropping. And we had a whole day where it didn't exist at all. Oh, God. So now I've forgotten about New Year. I'm going to look forward to the spring. Spring, new beginnings. So that's where I'm aiming for now. But yeah, so welcome. I hope to do more. Hope being the operative word. I don't know what is around the corner ever, like none of us, or like all of us, I should say. But in between, my relaxation when I've managed to get home. I mean, a lot of nights I'm not home till 8:00 p.m. I've been digging in and out, trying to catch up, trying to keep up. And then I thought, I'm just going to leave the documents to other people. I'm going to, I follow Jules for that, and Harsh and other channels. Dinky, I still have to catch up on Dinky's channel because their lives, they're so long. And then I tend to put my TV on, sort of I get into bed, put the TV on, and within kind of 10 minutes I'm asleep. So I've got loads to catch up on, but I did do some digging that I wanted to do for a while. Now, this is really interesting because I started doing a little bit of digging way back and it came to nothing. And I could see that Bubbly Waters has been digging in the same direction. Hello, Fallon, welcome. Please do hit the like, it's completely free. Or the dislike, whatever you like. But it'd be great to have some viewers because this is quite interesting. I did some digging, and Bubbly Waters I can see has been digging in the same direction. Now, it was probably 2 or 3 months ago. If you know me and my channel, you'll know that I've never really been happy with this 3:30 a.m. Venmo. Now, listen, I have to do the disclaimer. This is all my own thoughts, opinions. I'm just theorizing. I'm just discussing the things that are red flags to me. There might be nothing in this whatsoever. This is purely coincidence. It could be completely innocent, but you know what it's like. The more you dig. Hey, JD, welcome. Bianca, it's so good to see you guys. So I started digging into Molly G and the K family, the Katovich family. Now, I did a whole video on those pesky Venmos because they've never sat right with me. This 3:30, that's just the time, 3:30. 3:30 has played a big role in this case. Now we've got suspect vehicle 1 first entering the King Road area at 3:29. We've got that car circling until after the DoorDash has left. There's something that doesn't sit right with me with that. Hi, Hope Floats, Jackie, welcome everyone. So I just can't, there's some things, I'm sure you've all got your own. In fact, there's a ton for me where I can't shift the way of thinking. I can't sit comfortably with this Venmo. It all boils down to the do we believe in coincidences? So we've got this 3:30 Venmo. I've put together a kind of screen show, a sort of mini video where I'll sort of talk over the top of it. This is why I can't tell you how close I was to having to say, guys, I'm gonna have to try and schedule this for another night because my computer keeps crashing, but it finally behaved. It behaved. Oh, I can't wait for the day where I can upgrade, honestly. So I'm going to just spend another couple of minutes chatting, but you've got the idea of what tonight's live is about. I'm going to try and structure the lives a bit more so that we talk about specific things. It's great to have, random chats and general chats about the case and other things, but it'd be really great to just talk about the things that are on our minds, I use the term bugbear, what our bugbears are. And someone laughed at me in one of my videos and said, what the hell is a bugbear? And it's like my gripe, the red flags, the things that are irritating me. And I think, at the end of this video, by the end of this video, I want us to really look at suspect Koberger versus other possible suspects. And if you were to look at motive, evidence, the things we know versus what they've got on Koberger. I mean, for me, he's way down on the list. Koberger, you all know how I feel. I'm sure that if they come out with a smoking gun, I will be genuinely grateful that they got the right guy. I'd be like, why the hell did you keep all this quiet for so long? But they have kept an awful lot quiet. And from what we've known so far, what we've been given so far, he's way down on my list of suspects, to be honest with you. I've said it before, the car was the thing for me. If there's stuff in that car, there's DNA in that car, or his apartment or his parents' home, then hallelujah, they got the right guy. It's none of that. It's just mainstream media plugging BS, in my opinion. So yeah, I just don't, I don't buy what they're feeding us, to be honest. And then, you start looking at the bigger picture, the relationship between the University of Idaho and the cops. They are so close-knit. And it got me thinking about Greek life and then Freemasonry as well. I feel like, Freemasonry is massive in the UK. I assume you guys have got it over there. I just feel that they've got each other's backs, and there's some big players in this. And the more I dug into the players in the Venmo situation, hey, Dinky, Dinky's changing his duvet cover, guys. Yes, he is. He forgot he stripped the bed. But good to see you, Dinky, my buddy. Thank you for coming. So, right, I'm gonna crack on because I can't be too late. I'll be driving for hours tomorrow again, so I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna get rid of my face, and I'm gonna I haven't done this before. I haven't sort of shared a sort of a sort of screen show that I've put together. So let's just hope and pray this is gonna work. So, of course, I'm starting off with the Venmo. So I'm hoping that I can pause as I go along. So let's see. Let's see if I can get this sorted. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. I see. Can you all just let me know you can hear me still? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Only because I can't see my face pulsating in the middle of the screen. So I just need someone to do a thumbs up that you can hear me. And then I will play this. Thanks, Dinky. Brilliant. Right. So here we are. We know now, again, I'm going to put a disclaimer in. I'm going to cover my ass. This is just discussion. I am accusing nobody of anything. This is all based on the players in the Venmo payments and the behavior at the grub truck. Now, Molly Gray paid Liz Katovich a Venmo payment. I'm going to play that. I hope it works. Oh, hang on. Now let me, sorry, you're going to have to bear with me here. How do I, right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to pause it there. This was November the 12th at 3:45 p.m. Now I assume that's the Moscow, Idaho time. 3:30 a.m. This is again the question, do we believe in coincidences? Okay. Not only that, but Liz Katovich's brother, Jack Katovich, received the last ever Venmo payment from Jack, I think Jack sent it to Ethan. Now, it was around the 11:40 p.m. mark. Now, I don't know if the person, I don't quite know how Venmo works. I don't know whether, say this person who posted it, Lee Murph, whether it shows her time zone or if it shows the Moscow, Idaho time zone. But either way, this particular Venmo is November the 12th, very close to the murders, captioned 3:30 a.m. Jack Katovich sent Ethan the last ever Venmo that Ethan received, certainly the night, I say the night of the murders, obviously they happened in the early hours, we think, the following day. So it's on that borderline. So we've got a brother and sister sending this, not sending this group, but we've got Molly and Liz captioning 3:30, and then we've got Liz's brother sending Ethan his last ever Venmo. Now, like it says here, could be nothing, but could be something. Now, as I'm just going to keep playing, I can't see when it goes onto the next screen, but 3:30, of course, is when suspect vehicle 1 first enters the area, 3:29 a.m. Now, according to the PCA, suspect vehicle 1 enters the King Road area at 3:29. However, if you watch Get a Clues video, and if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it, about the Chrysler, I see it clearly. There's a lot of stuff going around about Linda Lane, but I see it really clearly that is not an Elantra at 3:30 a.m. that drives into the Linda Lane area. It is, according to Get a Clue, it's a Chrysler 300, but I can certainly see its windows are completely different. They're squared off. So we've got a different car in that area driving around Linda Lane at 3:30. It comes back, I believe, around 3:39 and makes yet another pass through Linda Lane before 4 o'clock. And then at 4:05 a.m., we've got what looks much more like an Elantra. That is the first time we see a car that resembles an Elantra, and that's 4:05. Now, if we're to believe Dylan's statements and the timings, you know, she's already heard Kaylee playing with Murphy upstairs, or what she thinks is Kaylee playing with Murphy. So already the timeline for me is all over the place, and it's a different car. You know, the PCA says that this suspect vehicle makes 3 passes. The Chrysler makes 3 passes. And we've got this Venmo caption 3:30, and we have got a Venmo that first comes into the Linda Lane area at 3:30. Again, do we believe in coincidences? This is all my own thoughts, theories, speculations, all the stuff that doesn't sit right with me. And everything I'm showing here is in the public domain. This is all public. So, you know, I'm not doxing anybody. And as Fallon, you're right, Jack then made a $6 payment to Ethan's memorial fund. He was the first one to pay it. And also, we'll get on to Jack, but he liked that weird picture of those like frat brothers with those weird metal masks on, holding K-bars that says eliminate the weakest person in the room or something like that. Jack likes that. And on, I think it's the 15th of November, I believe it's the same social media page that this K-bar scenario is on. This bunch of lads say best weekend ever on the 15th of November, when we've got 3 sorority sisters, and a fraternity brother brutally slain in their beds. That was the 13th. On the 15th, Jack Katovich likes this comment, best weekend ever. You know, at the very least, it's a lack of empathy, sympathy, isn't it? It's just like, oh, I'm so glad you had a great weekend. By the way, you know, don't know if you guys were around. Did you catch what happened in Moscow? Just bizarre to me, bizarre. So here we have Molly. Now she is, I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, she's the one with the white top, white jeans on and the long brown hair. That is Molly Gray. And this post, as you can see, is on Kaylee's Instagram page. It's still up there. It's 29th of October, 2021. Molly Gray's comment is couldn't be happier. And then 2 sobbing faces, but I didn't know how to put my emojis on. I love you all. That was her comment, okay? And you can see there, Kaylee says, added the cutest addition to the fam last night. Tags Molly Gray, thanks for making me a grandma. So not only was Molly a sorority sister to Kaylee, she was Kaylee's little. I've discussed it before. But, you know, a lot of people think, oh, well, they were sorority sisters at Alpha Phi. It was more than that. They were family. You know, the sorority life, they were family. Which, you know, I'm going to press play again and see how it goes. I don't quite know how this is going to pan out, which just makes the grub truck situation more sus, because, you know, if you've just got 2 sorority, both of them, Liz K and Molly G, are both Alpha Phi. And here we are at the grub truck. You can see Kaylee there looking at her phone. You can see number 9. Now, I'm just going to pause that for a sec. Number 9 here, I always thought it was Jack Katovich. One of my subscribers emailed me and said it's not. It's somebody called Colby. I think it's Colby. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. And I have to say, it looks really. I looked into it. He really looks like Colby. This Colby has got the girlfriend that is the girl with. She's with the girl with the red rucksack. I'm not playing the whole grub truck thing here. So I think it might not be Jack Katovich. And I also thought who was with Molly was Liz. But I don't think it is. Bubbly Waters called her someone else. And I looked her up and they look so similar. So I'm really confused now. I don't know if Liz and Jack were actually at the grub truck. And I was convinced they were. But 100% Molly is here. And you see the lady down, I'm saying lady because they're adults. I'm sticking with that, with the black hoodie and the hair parted down the middle. Now, according to Bubbly Waters, that is Aisling Couch. Now, I can't confirm that either way, but interesting if it is her, because she doesn't acknowledge Kaylee and Maddie either. So again, I'm just recapping here. Just want you to watch this. The most important thing to me is how this girl comes in ahead of Molly Gray and her group, goes straight to Kaylee, puts her arm around her while the others walk in behind. So here we are. Here she comes, straight for Kaylee. How did she know where she was? How did she know where she was? I'm going to do that again. Now, prior to this, I didn't want to put it all on here because I've done a whole video on this. The two girls, one with the short girl with the red rucksack and I think the girlfriend of number 9, they go up to talk to the lads and then they vanish. And then Molly Gray and her group walk in. It's almost like I just feel it's almost like they've gone to tell them, you know, that this is, you know, Kaylee's there. And I feel, I don't know what you guys think, I feel like this girl marching in straight to Kaylee is shielding her from the gang that walks in behind. So here we go. And look, they're all interested. Joe's interested. They're seeing who's arriving. Here we are. Look, straight for her. Straight for her. She has made a beeline for Kaylee, and she is with this group coming in behind. Now, this one here, not the one in the beige shirt. That's the one I thought was Liz Kay, but I don't think it is. It's another close friend. But the one behind, like a blue hoodie, light jeans, ripped jeans, and white trainers, that is I know that's Molly Gray. So considering she was Kaylee's little, completely ignored. And again, I'm not playing the whole grub truck thing, but Maddie is very aware of what they do. So we've still got the diversion, chatting to Kaylee while the others come in, look. So they go in. This does look at the front here like Aisling Couch's boyfriend as well, with the baseball cap on. So we've got number 9 talking to Maddie. And of course, we all know that he does the sort of sleep gesture. So is that Aisling Couch and her boyfriend walking behind? Now watch this girl here with the bag. She does actually whisper to Molly. They're looking over and pointing. And all the way through the grub truck video from this point, Kaylee and Maddie leave. They are aware. They are completely aware. It's really interesting to watch. So if it was just a Venmo payment captioned 330, that could be, and it still could be completely innocent. But I find the behaviour at the grub truck very odd, considering Molly was Kaylee's little, not even a hello. So I just want to show you now, because that wasn't Liz, I don't think, at the grub truck. They are Molly Gray and Liz Katovich are incredibly close. So this is on Liz Katovich's TikTok. Liz, I don't know who that is. There they are. So that's Molly and Liz there. They're very, very close, always on each other's Instagram posts. Liz, Molly, and there they are. Very, very close friends and also roommates. So that one, that's Molly on the left. Again, I don't know who that is on the right, but very, very close friends and both Alpha Phi. Now, yeah, exactly. They all look so similar. And that is something I want to discuss as well as we go on, is how were, if the girls were the targets at 1122 King Road, what made them stand out? Because as you go through Alpha Phi, all the sororities, they are all beautiful girls. They're all wealthy. And where is the cultural diversity at this university? That has stuck out to me from the beginning. It's just not there. This is, I'm sorry to say, wealthy, white, and beautiful. So there they are. That's Liz and Molly. Now, Bubbly did a great video. I'd already looked into a little bit about Molly's family. Very, very wealthy. And so is Liz's family. Very, very wealthy. Molly's family are Knife River. Her father, I think, is the CEO of Knife River, ringing the stock exchange bell. I definitely recommend you go over to Bubbly's channel just to watch, well, obviously watch what you want, but particularly to watch the video on, you know, the kind of people that we are, the level of wealth, I should say, that we're dealing with. So this is why this one, the bottom middle photo is Molly and Liz again. Now they crop up all the time with Alpha Phi marketing. When the murders happened, these two were on the Alpha Phi, I suppose, what would you call it, the committee or the board? You know, they were really executives of Alpha Phi, and you know, Liz Katovich hasn't got much on her TikTok, but my God, it's plugging sorority life massively. They are the darlings of Alpha Phi without a doubt. But look at the girls that are in this sorority. You know, how were the girls? The only thing that would separate the girls at King Road is character, is personality. I mean, this university is jam-packed full of beautiful girls. So if Brian was the stalker, what made them stand out? Rock Chalk, great to see you. Much love to you too, girl. So yeah, you know, you can just see, this is just a snapshot, and this is interesting. It might still be up, but I can't find it. Alpha Phi at U of I had its own webpage, and it is just like some sort of model show. You know, they're all just posing. They all see, you remember that picture of Zana in a field holding flowers? They've all done that. It's all posing. It's all just, you know, you must aspire, you know, to be like us in life. And, you know, look at the girl in the center there. I see Maddie, you know, to the girl to the right, or the left, I could see Kaylee. You know, I could see Zana, bottom right, bottom left. It's, you know, the girl in the pink hat could be Zana. What made the 1122 King Road house stand out? And I personally don't believe it's looks, that someone had a crush on those girls in particular. It has to be something else for me. It has to be. Just keep playing now. See what I can't remember what comes next. Let's see. Let's have a look. Right, so this is just another video with Molly and Liz outside Alpha Phi. Alpha Phi, I mean, they live for this sorority, I'm telling you now. So we got Molly and Liz in that video as well. And you're right, it is like Stepford. I'll be honest with you, I find it a little bit sickening. It's a bit vulgar. It's a little bit, you know, like I said before, where is the cultural diversity? I can't see it. It just doesn't seem to exist at this university. And if it does, I don't see them in the Greek life. I don't see them there. Very rich, very beautiful, very white, in my opinion. So this is Molly and Liz again, best buddies, roomies. I can see that on Liz's TikTok page that they are now roommates. I mean, they're even plugging, you know, what mascara we all wear. And these are our drinking cups. And this is the shampoo that us sorority sisters use. And oh, it's just marketing, marketing, marketing. And the other interesting thing, I said it in a video, these two never attribute, never a thing on their social media about Kaylee, you know, having been a sorority sister. Of course, Sana and Maddie were in, is it Pi, Beta, Phi? I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. And we'll get on to an interesting fact about these two sororities in a sec. So here we have the interesting fact. Now, you guys might already know this, but the two sororities to which 3 of the slain students are on disciplinary probation at the time of the murders. So, as I just said, Kaylee was part of Alpha Phi, while Xana and Maddie were Pi Beta Phi. Of 10 sororities recognized by the University of Idaho, Alpha Phi and Pi Beta Phi are the only 2 listed as on probation for health and safety reasons, which refers to violations or concerns regarding risk management, alcohol, drugs, or hazing. So not only that, Alpha Phi is also on a restorative plan with the national organization. Pi Beta Phi, on the other hand, is in good standing with the headquarters. So Alpha Phi is in deep trouble there. You know, they're finding a way to kind of bring this sorority back up to scratch. I would love to know what went on for this sorority at U of I to be not only on probation, but having to have like this restorative plan to get them back up to, you know, the standards that the university and the national headquarters require. So I find that really interesting. And also what's interesting is that neither of the chapters wanted to comment, neither did the university want to comment, but it looks like eventually Pi Beta Phi's headquarters told Fox News Digital that Knodel and Mogan were close friends of our members at the Idaho Alpha chapter at the University of Idaho. So I just find that really interesting that these 2 sororities, you know, are in trouble for hazing, alcohol, and drugs. So let's see what slide I've put up next. I think, Daddy K. We're getting to that now, Mickey. Daddy K is coming up. I think the fact that 2 of them are Katovich gives you a clue. So here we are, as we discussed earlier, Jack was the first one to make a donation to, this was Ethan's GoFundMe, $6. What a bizarre amount. $6. Now, according to Bubbly Waters, she said all of them made a donation for $6. Now, I haven't seen that. I can't verify that. And I haven't verified that. But that's a possibility if Bubbly has. Odd amount. Right, so here I wanted just to show you that I'm talking about this guy here on the right, Daddy K. There he is, Mickey Morris. Daddy K is Paul Katovich. He is Jack and Liz's father. And as you can see here, there's an article that says at the end of the first paragraph, he runs this, you know, God, I don't know how, millions or billions, you know, huge organization. He is the CEO. I think it's, I'll I'll tell you in a minute. Highline grainers. Anyway, I'll tell you now. So interesting there. He grew up in Idaho. He didn't take any agricultural courses. He earned his bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Idaho. Okay, so he's big player in the grain industry. Thank you, Fallon. $7 billion company. Now, again, go and check out Bubbly's video on Molly Gray. Her daddy is Knife River CEO, and that will be billions too. So just so you can see, there's Jack and Liz with their parents, just kind of alongside a helicopter that they're about to either get into or they've just got out of. So Daddy K, graduated from the University of Idaho. Idaho. Anyway, it gets more interesting now. Not only did he graduate from the University of Idaho, but he was also Sigma Chi. Jack Katovich is also Sigma Chi, and Ethan was Sigma Chi. I don't know anything about Mum, I'm afraid. I haven't looked into her. So that is the family. Now we look at Liz's LinkedIn page. This is their daughter that we've just been talking about. Look at her experience. She is a scale girl. It's like there it is. Highline Grain Growers, Inc. So she works for Daddy. I'm not sure. I think when the murders happened, she was a freshman. So that was 22, 3, 4. I reckon this is her final year. So I think she's probably, got this as experience because she probably helps out and learns alongside Dad. Hi, American Princess. Great to see you. So just to show you that I've got this company, Highline Grain Growers, it is most definitely their father. Molly is also, I think, involved in her dad's business. Brian Gray, his name is. She's there when he's ringing the bell at the stock exchange. Yeah, it's all very, very wealthy. And not only is it wealthy, there he is, top left, Daddy K. So, CEO of a multi-billion-pound organization who graduated from the University of Idaho, whose daughter exchanged a Venmo payment captioned 3:30 a.m. the afternoon before the murders. And it gets better. We've got a boom moment now. For me, overflowing here. Here we are. Now, I looked up Katovich, University of Idaho, and I looked up Highline Grain Growers and University of Idaho, and this came up on Highline Grain Growers' own website. So as I said, it is completely public information, but look at this, published October the 12th, 2022, University of Idaho's College of Agricultural and Life Sciences is set to receive up to, does not say 55 because I can't see it, $55 million, the largest award in the university's history, to help Idaho farmers and ranchers combat climate change through agricultural practices. This award from the US Department of Agriculture is twice as large as any prior University of Idaho grant. In addition to supporting research on building cropping systems that are more resilient to climate change, the 5-year grant stimulates the state's economy by paying more than half of the funds directly to Idaho agricultural producers. While this is a monumental achievement for our university, the big winners will be Idaho farmers and ranchers who are willing to try new approaches to producing food with the goal of making their operations more sustainable and protecting the environment, said Christopher Nomura, I think, University of Idaho's Vice President of Research and Economic Development. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. So, a month before the victims were slain, the University of Idaho received a $55 million grant. And this grant is published on Highline Grain Growers' website. Why would Paul Katovich, the CEO of Highline Grain Growers and his company, be publishing this farming grant, basically, linked to the university on their website if they were not involved? They are definitely, I think, in my opinion, behind, or certainly behind a lot of this. Massive funds, huge funds. This was my boom moment where I thought, because I can't help, and again, this is all my thoughts and speculations, I cannot help but think that we've got, backhanders and back rubbers and handshakers and people who will protect each other no matter what, especially those who provide this level of finance to a university. And I think this was massively interesting to me. And now I think the next slide we will see. Here we are. I'm going to pause it there. This is taking place 13th, 11/13/2024. So Idaho Sigma Chi Centennial Reunion. Brothers, please join us for the 100th anniversary celebration of Sigma Chi at the University of Idaho on October 11 to 13th, 2024. Coming up this year. Over the past 100 years, Sigma Chi has grown from a small local named Phi Alpha Psi to a chapter with almost 2,000 initiates. Our centennial celebration will include social time, a golf tournament, events for families, and updates on chapter house projects. Contact any of the planning committee members for more information. And let's see who the committee members are. There he is, Paul Katovich. So he is still there as part of the Sigma Chi chapter. So his company, his multi-billion-dollar company, is linked to a $55 million grant. And he's still on the committee. He's on the committee of Sigma Chi. As you say, American Princess. So here we are. You can see what sort of event we've got. We've got Friday, October the 11th, check-in, opening reception. Saturday, October the 12th, pledge class, breakfast, brunch, golf tournament or local service project. And then they've got the banquet and the ball. And then on Sunday, October 13th, ritual exemplification. Whatever that may be, I'd be very interested to see what that would be. Hi, Kerry Louise, good to see you. He's a big player. Daddy Kat is there, smack bang in the middle of this university, and in my opinion, instrumental in funding that university $55 million. Very, 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 very interesting to me. So there we are. They've got this event. Paul, Daddy K on the committee, high up at Sigma Chi. Now, at this next clip, I wanted to show you how linked law enforcement are. I think you all know anyway, how linked they are with the university. I mean, they are just rubbing each other's backs. You go over to their Facebook page. I always keep an eye on the City of MPD's Facebook page. They seem to be playing around most of the time, to be honest. I think at the moment they've had a tire slashing problem. They've had a Christmas elf, that's turned up at the university, and they've had some fun. They really do. But look at them. There's Scott Green. This was November 2023. And we got Scott Green, University of Idaho, and law enforcement are joined at the hip. We are proud to serve the University of Idaho and vandals. I'm just thinking, this smacks of Freemasonry, fraternities, sororities, the untouchables. The untouchables. Now, I've just added a couple, I think one more picture, because so many people had said that Rosendahl had vanished. Isn't it interesting? They said that he has just disappeared off the face of the earth. No, he hasn't. There he is. Now, this was July of last year. Gunderson and Officer Rosendahl, just something I found on the Facebook page. This is a little aside. They were rescuing a kitten from a soda machine. There he is. He hasn't gone anywhere, but he's very rarely, and this is what I find interesting. This is the only photo. It's actually a video. It's the only one I can find of him. But we all thought he just vanished straight after the murders. Well, no, he was around in the July after the murders at MPD. But I cannot find him on their staff list anywhere. And I cannot find him in any other video or photo, no staffing list. He's not Googleable. He's just not Googleable. It's like he's, again, speculate, just my thoughts, flying under the radar. But there he is. That's, most of their Facebook page, I'm not saying they're not dealing with other things, but it's all this kind of stuff, like, luckily the kitten was fine. They rescued it from the Coke machine and it went back to its home. Thank goodness for that. I just get the impression, looking at the Facebook page, how did this bunch ever manage to investigate a quadruple homicide? I'm not sure they did at all. Now, there's a last photo. This is completely off the scale. I just threw it in because I keep meaning to, and I keep forgetting, and it's got nothing to do with this at all. But it's something that I sent before I had my channel. I think it's something that I'd sent to other creators, and nobody ever really commented or anything. But I want you guys to tell me what you think this is. This is completely a random thing I'm throwing in. But I'm just going to keep forgetting unless I add it on here. Right. On the wall in the background. This was from, hey, Missy Moo, thank you for joining us. I think that's blood myself. I really do. And I think that's why it's kind of blurred out. Sorry, this is completely nothing to do with my Daddy K video, but like I said, I just keep forgetting to put it up. It's not outside the window. It's on the inside and it's on the wall. What do you guys think? We've got FBI or whoever it is in the jacket there, Idaho State Police, I'm not sure who that is. We've got the branch outside the window, we've got the window frame, and then behind, I can't think what else that could be. I really don't know what else that could be. So there we have it. Can you see it's like Rondi on the wall? You see the window frame? It looks kind of like an E. It's like a blurry kind of circle with a line coming up and like a sort of big dot on the end of it. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. It's pretty obvious to me. Unless somebody, yeah, that's what I think. You see, yeah, under the leaves, but it goes behind the window frame, in my opinion. I just don't think that is outside. I think the leaves are. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, you see it, Dinky. I just don't think this has been on my mind for ages, from way back. And I thought that looks like somebody. Can you see it? It almost looks like part of a letter. I mean, I just don't see how spatter could make that shape. Yeah, exactly, Rondi. Hey, Katie, good to see you. Now that is at the front of the house. I'm trying to think. I think it's first floor, if I remember, because this was mainstream media filming. This is way back. I screenshot that when it came out. I was like, what the hell is that on the wall? It almost looks like a small E, like you can sort of see where it starts off, curls round, and there's it's almost like a tail that goes up with a splodge at the end. Yeah, I think someone wrote something, because it looks like there's what's the way to say it? Can you imagine if you were finishing off an E and it's got a long tail and then like a concentrated blot or a thing at the end, almost like a full stop sort of thing. But I just Oh, okay, that's interesting. I can't. I'd have to. This was a screenshot from a video. I'd have to go back. It's right back at the early footage, and I just wonder: Has it naturally blurred? Is it? I just think in all the photos we haven't really seen any graffiti. I mean, it could be. It could just be something innocent, but I know. I've got red flags with that. I can't think if it doesn't. It looks sort of like it's been sprayed. Do you think? It doesn't look like someone's wiped it. I think it's a spray can. Can you see the two dots at the bottom? Yes, it is, Lisa. It's the early mainstream media footage, and I did a screenshot of that because I thought, what the hell is that on the wall? And I just think, you see, there's like two blobs and then a blob at the end. That sort of suggests like a spray can. Yeah, it could be a handprint at the end there. Yeah, I think when you start a spray, you get a splodge, don't you? And then you go round, and I feel like I think it started in the middle splodge, went round in a circle, stopped, splodged again, and then went up through to the end splodge. And I it would make more sense to me that is spray paint. Yeah, could be. Could be batshit crazy. Or you know how it is, you've got to shake the can and it kind of faded a bit. But it looks like I do wonder if there's more to that. If somebody sprayed something on the wall. Oh, that's interesting, Lita. Rach, hello, I'm back. I promise I'm going to try and dip in and out when I can. I really am. So good to see you. Yeah, I either way, I don't feel it's part of a picture. I don't feel that it's something they had on their walls before. I do wonder if somebody sprayed something on the walls. I thought it was blood initially, but now I really look at it, I'm thinking it's spray paint. I'm going to start. Yeah, I think I'm going to start looking. I'm going to start looking at the symbols and see what comes up. So there we are. There's my Daddy K information, which I find fascinating. The boom for me was how much the university gained from highline grain growers, or certainly a link with them. I'm not saying they funded all the money, but there's only one reason that Paul Katovich, the CEO of Highline Grain Growers, has got this huge, massive, millions of pounds worth of grant on his company's page, because they have got to be involved. Again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just looking into how big these players are. You know, when we say powerful parents, I mean, a $7 billion turnover company. I mean, and Molly Gray's father is the CEO of another billions of dollars, you know, turnover companies. They're huge. That is the level of parent power we've got, and not just parent power, but fraternity power. You know, we can see Paul Katovich's Sigma Chi. He's on the committee. You know, he graduated from the university, and he is involved with somehow with funding the university with millions of dollars. And not only the university, as we saw, you know, farmers, growers, economy, the equivalent of oil for University of Idaho, for Idaho farmers. That power is immense. And I personally believe, my personal opinion as time has gone on, is that this is a cover-up. This is a cover-up to me. Hi, Holly Berry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy to be back. I really am. So yeah, I was going to say I haven't got too long, but does anyone want to come up and have a chat about it? Anything that I brought up? Like I said, excuse me, I've said it before, 3:30. I just don't feel that this, you know, the car arrives at 3:30. This Chrysler goes to Linda Lane at 3:30. We've got a Venmo caption 3:30. We've got a car driving around until after the DoorDash and then it parks up. And yeah, how many coincidences are we supposed to believe in? I'm just not. I don't know. It's so many red flags to me. I think so. I think it's. I just don't believe at this stage Brian's guilty. As I said, I'm more than prepared to accept it if, you know, they've got some smoking gun that we don't know about. But the fact they've been so quiet about everything, they won't hand things over, you know, they are prepared to acknowledge the DNA might be thrown out. I don't think they've got anything else other than the DNA, that they are, you know, they're quite prepared for it to be thrown out. And then I shoved in these completely random things at the end. Let's have a look what Rach says. If you see how it's kind of blurred on the outer wall window, I think it's camera defocus thing. Okay, so my only issue with that, Rach, is I'm trying to see it's kind of blurred on the outer window. See, I don't think my glasses are up to scratch here. See, I personally think it's on the wall, but you could be right. But that's quite a curve there, isn't it, in a branch? You see what I mean? It's and those splodges. Maybe I just maybe you're right. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll find the original footage because it's actually a video, and I'll play it in my next live, and we can have a kind of chat about what we think it is. I mean, let me see. I'm trying to sort of stand back and look at it. It's just the way that curves. You could be right. I can't see anything in front of that window frame though, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's a weird blur for me if it's, let me see. Weird splodges for branches. I don't know. I could accept perhaps one at the end is perhaps leaves. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to dig out the video. We'll do an investigation. um, I don't know. Yeah, no, you could be right. You could be right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find the video now, and I'll see if we can see it from a different angle. I just feel it's weird how that's blurred and the other branch and leaves, that's not blurred. The window frame isn't blurred, and neither is the man's arm or the light switch, and yet we've got this weird blur. I don't know. Really interesting. Oh, let's have a look. Lisa, what does Lisa say? There was a video put out that they saw these different spots on the wall when you came in the front door. Fry and another officer were looking at it, but now house is gone. Oh, I'm gonna have to hunt that one now as well, Lisa. Yeah, I didn't see that. I never saw that one. You see, there was another one where it I could see clearly afterwards. It looked like a big M, but actually they had like material on the wall, and it was the folds in the material. I could see that clearly that was, I discarded that one because I thought, oh yeah, that's just material folds. I can see it now. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's near the switch plate though. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get the impression it's close to the camera, but I think we'll know more if I can find the original footage. So I will dig that out, guys. I definitely will. I'm determined to get back on my channel. I'm so sorry I've been so terrible. Oh, that'd be great, Lisa. Thank you. That'd be brilliant. Look top left, more of it. Yeah, and oh God, can you see they've got a bit of red tape there as well? Haven't they? Look, can you see? I'm not wrong, am I? That's evidence tape, isn't it? I think so as well, Hollyberry. That's a great name. I love that. I think it's on the wall. And can you see the red tape? Now, I think I might be wrong. It looks to me, oh, this is interesting. It looks to me like the red tape is on the window. I don't think that's on the wall. I think it's on the window, and that is the first floor window. I've got a feeling, isn't isn't that ledge below? Yeah, because this is the front of the house, I believe. I'm gonna have to find the video so I'm sure. Um, yeah, the red tape, you mean, Rach? Yeah, I think so. Could be the inside of the window, yeah. But I wonder, you remember Crime Circus's video of what he thought was blood on the ledge below Xana and Ethan's window. This isn't Xana and Ethan's room though, but I wonder, oh, I wish I knew for sure which it's either above the stairs or one by TV. So do you think that sort of red looking tab is some sort of glare, or do you mean what I thought was spray paint? Yeah, I think it's living room window. You see, I was thinking about this as well. Why? Yeah, I agree, Rach. I'm not convinced that was blood on the ledge, on that sort of flat roof. And Jules, I think, brought up the fact it could also be old foliage stained, you know, like certain coloured leaves leaving, you know, that sort of deep red. Yeah, I don't think that was blood. But who knows? The ladder was on the side of the house that they obviously didn't bother investigating. They just used it to tie crime scene tape to. Bizarre. Um, yes. Yeah, the windowsill is looking red. Bottom right is looking red. It's just I can see it looks like a tab top left. Top left, that looks like one of those evidence tabs. So I wonder if thing is, I was thinking about the windows and the doors, and you know, it's like, oh, they found a handprint on the door. This was a party house. That house would have been covered in fingerprints and handprints. I'd love to know how they narrowed it down to the ones that were more suspicious. You think how many people will have kind of leant against a window or opened a window, shut a window? I just don't know how. I remember it being in mainstream media. It's like, oh my God, there's a handprint on the slider. It's like, well, what do you reckon? Do you think the whole house had no handprints and fingerprints in? It was a party house, you know, and it had the victims living in it along, and Ethan was staying there, and they had people coming and going. Yeah. Oh, right. Something is blurred out down by the red glare on the windowsill. Yeah, it does look blurry there. You're right. But yes, I'm sure, Rach, it's an evidence tag. But that's my point. I wonder if it's blood. Because if it's a fingerprint on a window in a student house that has lots of parties, what's particularly sus about that, I wonder? So, you know, I think it'll be really interesting to go way back to early footage, early images. What we should do perhaps is go back and find all the evidence tape and the things that they highlighted that perhaps we didn't take notice of. Because it's odd that they've got evidence tape on that particular window. I wonder what that was. Yeah, the Gary, the pantless cop. Yeah, the jacket's clear, and yet I am right, guys. I'm gonna have to go now. Nobody's coming up on panel, but come up next time. Have a think about everything. Go and watch Bubbly Water's video on Molly Gray's daddy. See how big these players are. I've looked a little bit into Showalter's parents, but I couldn't find anything that we didn't already know, that they are both doctors. They seem to be pediatric doctors, and they do work out in Africa. So I couldn't find anything else there. But I was, the more I dug into Daddy Daddy Kat, I thought, oh, this link with the university and all these millions of dollars and billions of dollars, can that also be a coincidence? Yeah, and thank you, MDP. I've got to go too because I've got so much. I've got so much to do tomorrow. So I'm going to have a cup of tea now, and I'm going to, which will probably keep me awake. But yeah, I've got all sorts to get on with. But thank you all so much. Thank you, Hollyberry. Bless his heart. He yeah, we had to do a 999 call. Gosh, over a week ago now. He was taken in with pneumonia, and then he had a heart attack in the hospital, and now they've told me his kidneys aren't functioning and his heart is functioning at 35%. So he's really, really poorly. But, you know, they're doing all they can. He's got new meds, his blood pressure's down. He's not eating very well, which worries me because my mum passed away with heart failure. So I'm trying to stay as positive as I can. I'm trying to get him to eat. And thank you so much. And thank you, Lisa. That would be brilliant. Thank you for your prayers for my brother. And thank you so much for still having faith in me when I've just stood you up so many times. You know, I spoke to occupational therapy today, and we've got plans in place for when he comes home to make, you know, moving around the house easier for him. And I think I might have to give up my work and I will care for him. And that will mean that I will be at home. And then I thought, well, I also make jewelry. And I thought, well, you know, I will do my YouTube channel and my jewelry, and it won't be the end of the world. And so you might see more of me. I've got to stay positive. I've got to think of the positives. He's more important than anything. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Rach, Holly, American Princess, MTB, Rondi, Rock Chalk, Dinky, everyone. I'm so sorry if I've missed someone. Carrie, you've all been fab turning up, and I'll see what other digging I can do, and I will definitely try and find that video, and I will give you notice of a live. I'll schedule one, and yeah, I'll try my best to kind of be more on it. Lots of love to you guys. Have a safe night. Stay safe. And I will speak to you soon. Lots and lots of love. Bye bye.